Hey guys, how we going? Funtage from Hackframes here, reporting in at 12:57 AM, so I'm a bit tired, so bear with me. This is my third take of the video. The other ones are too long where I left things out, so I'm going to try and speed run this. Bear in mind though, I do mumble a lot, or do yarn a lot, so this could be quite long, so strap in. Today, don't expect any methods coming from me. What we're going to be looking at is the configuration tutorial, which can be found on the MonsterSocial site itself. So monstersocial.net, if you go to the FAQ section, or the support section rather, it's actually got a configuration tutorial which we'll be going through today. So what we're going to be touching base on and looking at is how to validate your license, how to activate it. We're going to be looking at proxy configuration, account configuration, running the features, capture resolving, and so forth. So without further ado, I'm going to start from the top. Yeah, anyway, I'm not going to do it. That's a Drake song. That's a bad joke. I'm not going to do it. Okay, anyway, having a look here. When you first open the program, if you haven't purchased it already, it'll come up with your licenses being not activated. Now, for the purpose of this video and demonstration purposes, obviously, I guess, mine have all been activated so I can show you all the features. Now, when you come here, if you haven't purchased the program already, or if you haven't paid, you can actually buy a module through, or a license through the program itself. So if you came here and it was all not activated, you could press buy a license and you could buy whichever one you please. So you could buy one for Facebook, Pinterest, Tumblr, or all 5 of them. Now, having a look here, we've got this is the hardware ID, and we've got to insert an activation key little tidbit here. Okay, so what you can do, you can actually purchase the program itself, obviously, through the program, and as soon as you do that, as soon as your payment's been recognized and it's come through and everything's checked out, you can press validate, and what it'll do is it'll recheck all the your licenses again, and it'll check to see whether or not you've paid. So if I press validate and I hadn't already paid, but then I decided to pay, it'll come up activated for the relevant module. Just another quick thing that's off to the side, not so relevant but quite cool. They do little updates on the corner too every time you log into the program. So server message today, obviously there's been a little service malfunction with one of the things, which will be resolved soon. Otherwise, they've got things there like when the newest downloads come out, patch notes and whatnot. So yeah, anyway, going on, so you can buy the program through here, which I explained. You can also buy it on the website itself, so that's www.monstersocial.net. all one word. Anyway, you can buy modules through there as well. So if you buy a module through there, it won't automatically activate on here. What will happen is PayPal will actually send you in their notes an attached activation key. So what you'll have to do is go into your emails and you'll grab the activation key, and then from there you can paste that in here. Boom, activated, done. You're ready to go, ready to rumble with your module. Now, in saying that, another use for this as well, because this program is hardware ID locked, if, for example, you have a laptop, like myself, and you're wanting to use a program on your laptop instead of a desktop one day, you could download this program onto your laptop, and then you could use the activation key to activate it on your laptop. So you're not tied down to a single platform. You can go to your laptop, you can go to a friend's house and put it on your friend's computer and whatnot like that. But bear in mind, you can only have it working on one device at a time. So you can't have it working on your laptop and your desktop. You've got to choose between which one you want to work on. So that doesn't mean unlimited licenses, it just means ease of use pretty much. Okay, so anyway, let's get on with it. I'm going to press start, so it's going to bring us into the account manager. Now the first feature I'm going to show you is the proxy manager. So we're going to have a look here. So proxy manager, so this is, for example, if you wanted to attach proxies to your accounts. Attaching proxies to your accounts can be used to hide your identity, I suppose, or maybe you're wanting to run, or maybe the social network site, like for example Facebook, has banned your IP and you need to get around it. You can use these proxies to get around it, so you can connect accounts through there. Sometimes, I know for example Instagram has a rate limit, so you can only perform so many actions per hour. Using a proxy means you can do it on multiple accounts and you don't get blocked once one account's been blocked, if that makes sense. Okay, in saying that, you've got a proxy and you don't know what to do with it, you can press add and it'll actually come up with a little section here that you can fill in. So the name is what you want. It's just pretty much a description field. So for example, if I wanted to call this an American proxy, so maybe I'm trying to connect to Facebook through an American Facebook, and I need an American IP. So obviously I've got this American IP in here, which is not an IP because it just looks so stupid. And then we've got the port. So then you put the proxy, so the host, and then the port in here. This is a box that you don't need to tick this. When we actually test the accounts later, it'll recognize automatically whether or not it's HTTPS compatible. So doing this won't mean a thing. You don't need to worry about that. I'm going to get rid of this one, and we're going to have a look at the other ones. So for example, if you do not have access to a list of proxies, or you're not sure where to find them, you can actually import them through the program itself. So pressing import, you can have a look here, so you can do it through a text file. So if you've got a text file sitting on your desktop somewhere, you can import that. All your proxies are in there. Bam! Customer service with a smile. You're on track. Otherwise, you've got other alternatives here. So for example, it'll import all these proxies through this free proxylists.net. Now I tried this earlier and it worked. However, in the meantime, the site's actually gone down. So in the meantime, in the past 2 attempts that I've done in this video 30 minutes ago, it's actually gone down. So I don't know if it's back up or not. We'll give it a try though. It may not work, but we'll have a look anyway. Okay, so it's down at the moment, so, it was working 10 minutes ago, or 20 minutes ago, obviously not right now, so we'll just have to wait till the site comes back up. In saying that though, I imported a list of proxies before and I tested them, so it imports around 50 at a time, if I recall, and they're all random proxies, so it's not all the same ones, you get different ones and whatnot, and then from here you can test them. Now in saying that, these proxies are all public, so I mean, I would probably recommend not using them for something that you really, if you value an account, or if you're wanting to use it over a long period of time, just simply because of the fact that there's going to be a lot of people using it as well. So you don't want to get your identity or anything mixed up with someone else. But in saying that though, these do work perfectly fine and you can use them. It's just a matter of preference really. Now once you've got all your proxies in here, you can test them. I tested this proxy before and it was working fine. We're going to have a look again though, because, and like I said, these are public proxies, so they could go down. There could be a multitude of people using it, meaning it goes down. We will test them though and see if it comes up green again. The bottom, both of these were green before. Oh, there we go, this one's green, so that works. And it was quite fast as well, so because it came up green really fast, we can tell that's really responsive. So it is quite a speedy proxy. This one on the other hand, if this one turned green, the Australian proxy one here, I could tell that it's a bit of a slow proxy because it's taken a while to turn green. This one's most likely going to turn red though, just because of how long it's taking, so I'm not even going to bother waiting for that. We'll come back to it later. You can see that it automatically detected that's HTTPS compatible. Oh, yep, there we go. Now, if you've got a big amount of proxies you want to get rid of and you're like, oh, these don't work, I don't want to have to sit individually deleting them, boom, got a feature right here for you. So we can delete all not working or duplicates. So if you put duplicates in, you can get rid of them, or all not working. So I'm going to get rid of all not working. That'll get rid of the red one. Okay, cool, done. Now once you're done with this and you've got your proxies in and whatnot, what you want to do is you want to press save. So save it. Saving it saves it. Oh, obviously. Saving it keeps it up to date with the rest of the program. So when you save it, the program recognizes, oh, okay, cool, he's finalized his proxies and these are the ones he wants to use. So make sure you save them before you get out of here. Just a very big tip on my part. Okay, coming back to the main program. Now we can have a look. So we want to apply a proxy to a certain account. So for example, if I was on Facebook, now you might be on Instagram, Pinterest, Tumblr, Twitter, it all works the same. This is just me showing you on one module. We'll have a look actually. You can see here I'm going to go to this one and you can see that there's a proxy thing here and I can put that proxy on. It's not just for the one, so it'll work the same way. So in saying that, if I decided that we'll go Jesse Kelly because it's easy to pronounce. Jesse Kelly 900. I've decided that that's, now let's say this proxy was American. I'll say, yep, I'm going to put this American proxy on Jesse Kelly because it's an American account and I want to log in with it. Done. Now what I'll do is I can do that. And then what I can do then is I can test to see if it works. Now, for example, this isn't going to work because this is an American proxy mixed with, or I'm assuming, actually, I don't know. Why am I assuming? I don't know where that proxy is from. But let's just say it's from America. So that one's an American proxy and I'm trying to mix it with an Australian account. I know that these accounts are Australian because these are mine. So it's not going to work and it's going to turn red. Obviously, though, if you know where your accounts are from, you can find, say, an Australian proxy for an Australian account, which makes sense, and it's going to work a lot faster because of your connection to it as well. So, we can test it, and we could do that. Auto assign random proxy. So if you don't want to sit here individually going, yeah, I want that one on there, yeah, and you just want to blanket all of them and put them all on, you can come here, auto assign random proxy. So this judges off your proxy manager. So at the moment, we've got one working one in there. So each proxy can be assigned, and then you can designate how many times. For this video, I'm just going to write. Actually, let's do them all. Let's do them all. 4,470 times. Oops. Oh, it must have a cap of 900. Ah, well. Okay, so it's got a cap of 900, so you could just automatically do that again anyway. And then having a look here, you can see 999, sorry. In saying that though, you can see that this proxy has been applied to all these accounts, and then there you go. If you had more than one proxy in there, then obviously, you know, it'll apply each proxy so many times. So, I mean, you don't really need it to be more than 1,000, because why are you going to be using more than 1,000 of the same proxy? In saying that though, if you decide you don't want to have all the proxies on there, you can clear them. Gone, back to normal. Didn't even know that happened. So now I'm going to press save because I've updated all my information, and it'll save that there is no proxies in here, which obviously there isn't anymore, which is good. Okay, so having a look back here, so we've gone through that. I want to have a quick look at capture settings as well. So now some sites, for example Instagram and Tumblr, after you've done so many actions per hour, it'll come up with a capture, or just to verify that you're human. Now if you have a death by capture account, which is a capture resolving service not owned by the developers or MonsterSocial at all, it's completely different, but it's the most popular service that I've seen around. You can input your credentials here, and what it'll do is it'll update everything, and then you can use your credits on your account to solve captures. So it just automates the process so much further. If you're wanting to use capture settings, you'll understand what I just said. If not, you can have a look at deathbycapture.com. Very good at resolving captures. I believe it's like $1.30 for 1,000 capture solves, which is incredible. So much better than sitting there typing in and out. But in having a look here, so we've had a look at that. So what have we had a look at? We've had a look at proxies, we've had a look at captures, we've had a look at validating licenses. Now having a look at features. Now for example, if you weren't too sure what a certain feature did, you can highlight at the top of it and it'll tell you. So comment on a status, photo or page with your own accounts. Accept friend requests, that's pretty self-explanatory, but let's, for the sake of this demonstration, see what it says. Accept pending friend invitations. Okay, cool. So you can see that's the same for all of these other ones too. So unfollow followers. Okay, so unfollow profiles that are following back. There you go. So it's got everything there. So if you're ever not sure about what something does, have a look, highlight over it, and have a peek. So ask your friends to like a page. Whoop, there you go. Now I know what it does. Okay, so we had a look at that, so that's cool. There's a lot of features here too. So the same way in which the proxy manager worked, if you want to add an account to any of the modules, press add. Put your credentials in here, the email, the password, remarks. So remarks is pretty much like the name on the proxy manager that I showed you earlier. You could say 5,000 friends, and then you would know later on. And say for example, if I didn't know where it was, I could say, oh, where's that account that has 5,000 friends? I've got so many I can't see. I could type 5,000, and we can see 5,000 friends. It comes up right down the bottom here, which is cool. Very handy when I'm going through this amount of accounts as well. So now that we've done that, I might save it just so I know that that one has 5,000 friends. Obviously it doesn't, because look at those credentials. That does not mean anything. In saying that, it's the same way as well to test accounts. So you can test accounts. Oh, excuse me, sorry. You can test accounts to check that the credentials work. So you can test all, you can test selected, you can test selected plus collect info. Collecting info, now this is specifically for Facebook. It'll check to see how many friends are on there. It'll check to see what pages they own and whatnot. So you can just have a quick record, and it'll show up in the remark box here, and it'll tell you all that information. Show passwords, I think that's pretty explanatory. Self-explanatory what it's going to do. I don't want to show you what these passwords are though, so I'm going to be selfish. Sorry. In saying that too, we've also got an import feature. So if you want, you can import a big list of accounts. I don't have any accounts in the right format, so I won't do that. But if you're wanting to import accounts, the format for that is, so it's account name, so email or phone number or whatever it is for a certain social media site. So that, and then semicolons, so just one semicolon, and then the password on the other side. So for example, if I was going to Notepad, hello, so that's the username, oops, and this is the password. And then what you could do, new line, and then hey, lol. Okay, cool. I'm going to save that. Save it on the desktop. Oops. I don't know what files you guys can see, but you know, it's whatever. I don't really mind too much. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to import that file just to see that it works. So HDDSA, oops. So I've imported it, and you can see down here that we've got these two here. So that's how you import accounts. You can do that on a mass scale. I usually import thousands of accounts at once, which is really handy. You can also export accounts as well. So if you want to export your whole list, this whole list here of 4,000 accounts, you can export it, call it whatever, and it'll export it to the desktop. Now I'm not going to open this file up because it's going to have all the credentials in there, and like I said, I don't know if I really want to give away all this information to these accounts. Not right now, at least. I'm not tired enough to be convinced to do that, so we'll leave it there. Having a look at some other features though, so we've got Nifty minimize the system tray. Ooh, Nifty. Cool. If you want to get it back up, double click. Pretty straightforward. Also got here, so about, so you can check, if you're bored enough to want to read that. FAQ, so frequently asked questions, so you get a load up here. Please make sure you read the frequently asked questions if you do have questions, because a lot of the ones in here, as the name would insinuate, are frequently asked. So it'll go in here and it'll open up the frequently asked questions. My internet's a bit slow at the moment, so it didn't load too fast. Otherwise, you can come in to contact the developers, and you can also chat with customers as well. So you can do that, and you can actually log in and talk to customers. So I've been in here before, and I've talked to some of the customers and people who are using social media. I'm like, hey, what are you guys doing with such and such? And like, oh yeah, I'm doing this. And you can talk with other people who are using the program or have it open at the same time, which is it's really quite handy, especially if you're wanting to branch off and get some more ideas about what to do. In saying that though, I don't think there's too much I really want to show today. This video, like I said, wasn't about methods or techniques. It was more so just going through the configuration tutorial, which can be found on the MonsterSocial site, and just clearing up some functionality questions that a lot of people I know have. Before I head off, I just want to make sure that get through your mind, press the save button. Press the save button. Once you're done with something, press the save button. Save, 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 save. Cool, done. Anyway guys, I'm just going to wrap it up here. This video is 16 minutes long, which is pretty intense, so I'm going to leave it here. If you have any questions, like I said, my username's Funtage on the website hackforums.net, so you can find me on Hack Forums. Otherwise, if you want to, you can also go to the MonsterSocial website and you can contact the team there if you have any concerns or issues. So obviously, if you need to have issues with your license or it didn't come through in PayPal, which I've never heard of happening, but say if it did, you could contact the developers. If you've got suggestions or you want to report a broken feature, do that straight away, because I know that within 48 hours of you reporting it, it'll be fixed again, which is awesome. I've never had a problem with this before. It's great. Features, if they go down, they back up within an instance. And saying that though, guys, there's not much more I really want to touch on. So I'm going to wrap it up here before I bore you too much longer. I'm going to end this video at 17 minutes, so we've got 3 seconds left, and I'm going to go to bed. Alright, see you guys. Have a good one.